been dropped off by a taxi outside Terminal 1. This is at Pudong International Airport, which is the main airport in Shanghai. There are 2 terminals here, so I'm heading out to Terminal 1. It's about a 45-minute taxi ride from the centre of Shanghai where I was staying, which costs about something like £12 or £13. Very reasonably priced taxis over here. So the journey over here was all absolutely fine, so now I'm going to head inside and see if I can get checked in. Made it to the check-in area to China Eastern. It's quite a big terminal, lots of areas. It took a bit of time to find the right one to go to. Got sent to the wrong one a couple of times. There's security check as soon as you get into the airport, but then once you're in, all nice and clean. So in the queue now, ready to check in. Although the queue for the check-in was reasonably long, got through quite quickly, had a few cases open. So now I'm going to head through to the departures through security. All checked in, seat 61K, which I believe is a window seat on an emergency exit. Just had a burger at the Blue Frog, which cost about £10 and was quite reasonable, nice flavour to it. So I'm now going to head down towards the gate. I've had a look online and it appears that the plane is a 787-9, and I've checked the seating plan, and I wasn't sure when I was talking at the check-in about whether it was a window seat or not, and it looks like it's not. It's a seat next to the window seat, but it is an emergency exit row, so at least I'll have some decent leg room, but unfortunately it means I'm unlikely to be able to record the takeoff and landing. There's all the standard duty-free shops and souvenir shops as you'd expect in a major airport. There's some really good selection of drinks and spirits in the duty-free. Some very high-end bottles of spirits and some genuinely good prices on some of them as well, but they really go up to some very expensive, up to sort of £20,000 a bottle on some of them, so some very exclusive products available around here. But there's a really good selection of shops, and it's all along one long walkway, so it's very easy to navigate. There's also the moving walkway as well, if you don't want to be doing all the walking. And then there's a good view outside to see the planes as well, so I'll go and take a look at that shortly. The hand luggage that I'm travelling with, it said at check-in that you can have 1 bag of hand luggage up to 8 kilos, but I asked at check-in and they said it was no problem with taking the laptop bag as well, and they didn't check the weight, which is quite different from some of the budget airlines that I've been with in the UK. I'm at the gate. It's still about 50 minutes to take off, but as you can see there's already a significant queue of people queuing to get on. I don't think the plane's actually here yet. There is a plane that's landed near the gate, which is B1113, but it looks like that's not the plane. It's the right type, but it looks like that one's going to Melbourne. So I'm assuming that our plane will be landing down here and should be arriving shortly. There's a good amount of seating here, but some of it's been taken up by people lying down and sleeping. There's also interesting sort of water fountain, so you can get free hot and cold water, complete with paper cups, which I thought was quite a nice touch. There's also quite a few charging points, and they're not all in use, so no issues for charging your phone up. The queue that's formed is for the economy class queue. I assume it's just people wanting to try and make sure they get some overhead locker space, because obviously we've all got assigned seats, so it's not to try and get a seating position, but I'll see how the locker space is when I get onto the plane. The boarding now, it's about 40 minutes before departure, so it looks like we are on B1113. So just now heading down towards the gate. Had my boarding pass all checked, so I think we'll be on the plane very soon. It's on the plane, just heading down towards my seat. So this is row 27 at the moment. I'm back in row 61, so I've got a fair bit further to go back. The plane's filling up quite a bit already. This is my cabin, so I'm here, 61K, so as expected, emergency exit seat. So but plenty of certainly plenty of room. but no screen that I can see. Just from where I'm sitting, I can see the premium economy cabin further ahead. They've certainly got screens on there, but not that I can see from this cabin. Certainly plenty of legroom here. In fact, it's probably better having the middle row seat because my legroom isn't intruded upon by the door. As you can see if you're sat here, got the big bulge of the door right next to it, so it's quite compromised there. There are screens on the back of the seats, and here it's only because we're sat right in the front row that there aren't any. So there's one screen at the front, just there for these 3 seats. お荷物はこれらの場所に収めてください。着席後はシートベルトをしっかりとお締めください。このようにシートベルトを締めて Just disembarked from the plane. Clearly quite wet on the ground here. There's obviously been a lot of rain recently. It didn't take very long once we're on the ground until we short taxi and stopped, and then a few minutes and we were all getting off the plane. Very hot and humid here, so just heading towards the immigration control. We'll have to fill in the immigration card and hopefully get through the passport control. Well, I've just made it through the immigration passport control. It took about almost an hour, big queues, and stopped halfway through it to get fingerprint and photo taken. So yeah, just very big queues, very busy. And then once you get through, you've got to the baggage hall, and then you have to fill in another form to fill in an immigration form, and then you have to fill in a customs declaration form. So as always, good to have a pen with you when you're travelling for filling these forms in, otherwise you end up queuing a bit longer. So through that now, and just come through the baggage reclaim. Bag was already there after all those delays, so now I've got to figure out how to get to the metro. Got my ticket for the metro. There it is. The ticket machine's cash only. A lot of places here is a lot of cash, so always good to have some cash with you. So I've found where I need to go. I've got to change station halfway along, so I'll get on there and see how I get on. Staff all seem very helpful here. You can see I'm going from the terminal here, going to change at Shinagawa, and then going through to Shinjuku. Got about 15 minutes to wait for the train. It's really hot and humid down here, much more so than up in the terminal. Just changed stations, just changed lines at the stations. I think I've got the right one now, heading in the right direction. It's a circular line. It appears I'm in the right one. It's quite a complex station, a lot going on, so not easy to find where you need to be.